Hi, I'm Jenny Dougal. I've been running my own business since 2019, juggling everything around my three kids, my husband, and honestly, just normal life. I'm a solo business owner. I don't have a huge team. I work from home. I'm usually sat on my sofa or at my dining table. When I first started my business, my goal was never to become some mega flashy millionaire entrepreneur. I just wanted freedom. I wanted to be there for the school events, even the short notice ones, which, by the way, are basically all of them. I wanted to be present during school holidays. I wanted to do the school runs. I wanted to actually see my kids growing up whilst I was still doing something meaningful and something I really enjoyed. Um, and strangely, when my business first took off, it really looked like I was succeeding, but behind the scenes, it felt horrendous. I got booked out really quickly, which is great. I was busy all the time. People would say to me, "Oh, you're doing amazing. You're fully booked. I see you everywhere. Your business is flying." And from the outside, it probably did look really successful. But the truth is that I was completely and utterly overwhelmed. My income was feast or famine. If I stopped marketing because I was busy with clients, my pipeline dropped to zero. So then, when I needed another client, I had no one. I said yes to absolutely everything because I was terrified of missing out on opportunities, which now led to, what everyone calls shiny object syndrome. But, I call it I could do that syndrome because anytime someone asked, I was like, yeah, I could do that. Or I could do that. And then I saw somebody doing something online and I was like, oh, I could do that. And I'd really enjoy it. And every new idea became just another thing to chase. Nothing was systemized properly. Everything really did depend on me. It was a very reactive business. I constantly felt behind whenever I saw anybody else. I just felt behind. I felt behind on my own inside my own business, and even without any external sort of factors going on. And I was always switched on. I could never switch off. I could not sit and relax and watch TV and just switch off. I couldn't be with my kids and just switch off. I was always on. And eventually, I burnt out like properly. Um, and I had to sort of just like call it and shut everything down and start again completely and utterly differently. Um, to be honest, creating that headspace was probably the best thing I ever did for my business and my life. And you don't have to shut everything down. There was ways of doing this without literally pulling it to the ground and starting again. But that was the route I chose, because but then things got better, right? This time I stopped trying to build a business that looked successful from the outside. And what I did was change my focus so that I started building one that actually supported the life I wanted. So that meant a business with more structure, more consistency, better systems, customer journeys, boundaries, and just far, far, far less chaos, much more simple, and easier to run. So now I still work around my family. I still work from the sofa and the dining table because I choose to. And I'm still at the gate for school every day. I'm still taking time off during the school holidays. And the funny thing is that most of the mums at school genuinely think I don't work, which is a little bit funny, really, but it is kind of the point. I didn't want a business that consumed my whole life. I wanted something that gave me more freedom, not less. And now everything that I've learned from making all those mistakes that I made before is the kind of thing that I share online. Because sharing is caring, and that's nice, but also because I really genuinely love this stuff. And I just love taking all the complicated, complex business advice and all the jargon that is out there and simplifying it, helping people just to create more clarity, focus, consistency, and structure. Because I know that's what's going to help them grow. I know that's what's going to help them achieve their goals. So yeah, I just love helping, as particularly women in business like myself. A lot of my clients are usually mums trying to do the school run and juggle everything else. In service-based businesses as well, which, is a very easy trap to fall into, all of those things that I did before. So that they don't have to feel constantly overwhelmed. They can build something simple and sustainable instead. So I'm pretty honest. I can be a little blunt at times, straight to the point. But I like to do it in a nice way, in a helpful way, to just cut out all the jargon. Partially because that's just who I am, and that's just how I say things at times, but also because I just think that so many people are exhausted by all the online content that they see that either overcomplicates everything or just makes you feel like you're failing all the time. So if you're trying to grow a business without sacrificing your entire life to it, then this channel's probably for you. So hit subscribe and then head over to the mistake series, because what I did there was basically just documented everything I did wrong so that you can avoid making the same mistakes and save yourself an